Hi, my name is Jodie and I am the director of Minxies Beauty. We are a large team of bridal makeup artists and hairstylists based in South Wales and Bristol, and we wanted to give something back to our fellow makeup artists after such a hard time, and we have put together a guide to being a bridal makeup artist. Now, you could be an absolute beginner and be wanting to dive into the bridal world and the wedding world. This is for you. You could already be a bridal makeup artist and just want to know the details of how we run things. This is kind of like a business guide of how we run Minxies and key aspects that we think are really important. So if that's something that you want to learn about, then this is what you need. Okay, so let's just dive into it. First thing is first, when a bride wants to book with you, you need to have a very detailed bridal booking form. Now, this booking form is what you're going to use to get all the details that you need for the wedding day. It will take them some time, but it's what's going to make sure that the booking is going to run as smoothly as possible. Aside from what's the date of your wedding, obviously, name, contact details, everything like that, there are 3 main questions that you need to make sure that you ask. So number 1 is, what time is the wedding? Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. Number 1 is, what time is the wedding? You need to know what time they are walking down the aisle, because when you are organising the services for the wedding morning, you need to make sure that you are running an hour, so get everyone ready an hour before they need to leave to walk down the aisle. Number 2, where will they be getting ready at? You can ask them where they're getting married, but 9 times out of 10, they're not getting ready where they're getting married. So you need to make sure you have on that form, where will you be getting ready to on the morning of your wedding? Full address and postcode. And number 3, do they have any allergies or sensitivities to any makeup products? You need to go through this from the get-go. You need to ask them if any allergies, and you need to know that firsthand before you take on their wedding. Once you have the bride's details from the bridal booking form, you need to record all of this information. Now, we have this information in 2 formats. We have it in an electronic calendar and an Excel spreadsheet. The reason being, if anything happens to one of them, we have all the details on the other one. So it's a backup for us. We put all of our appointments into the calendar, which is online, and then we put all of the details onto the Excel spreadsheet, everything that the bride has filled out on their bridal booking form. So we always have a backup if something goes wrong. If you only take one piece of advice from this guide, please let this be it. Do not do a wedding booking without a signed terms and conditions. This is a contract between yourself and the bride, which is signed by the bride, so everyone knows what is expected of each other. This is really important. You can either write one up yourself by looking at other people's and making it similar to your service, or I would strongly advise you get a solicitor to write you one up for you. Now, terms and conditions go through a lot of things. They can be really long-winded, but the main things you need to include in this are, and bear with me because I'm looking down at my own contract, travel expenses, deposits and payments, what's expected on trials, if you cancel your booking, if they cancel their booking, let's have a look, photography and image copyright, GDPR privacy notice, All of these different things need to be incorporated into this contract, and you do not go ahead with the booking until your bride has signed this contract. So important. So we send out the terms and conditions before we do the trial. And then once we've done the trial and we've had the bride's final numbers, we send out a second contract to the bride to say that this is your final numbers. Please can you sign to make sure that this is the final amount. We're sending out the final invoice and no changes can be made now. This stops brides changing, decreasing numbers last minute. And everyone knows where they are. The team knows how many numbers they're doing well in advance, and the bride knows how many people they've booked for well in advance. So yeah, we send out 2 contracts. One is our terms and conditions, and one is numbers for the wedding, which have been confirmed. Okay, firstly, you need to take a booking fee when the bride fills out the bridal booking forms. This will stop any time wasters. You know they're serious if they are paying a booking fee when they are booking, and you need to make sure that this is non-refundable. Now you need to make this clear as well that it is non-refundable. So it needs to be written somewhere around the booking form that after you filled in this booking form, there will be a non-refundable deposit that needs to be paid. We then deduct this deposit, this booking fee deposit, from the trial booking form. It's not about making more money, it's just about making sure that you have serious brides who aren't going to time waste. So brides who are serious about booking are not going to mind paying a booking fee, which then gets deducted from their bridal trial invoice. We then, after doing all the booking, sending them all over the information that they need, putting all the details in our system, we then work with them to get a trial date. Once we have a trial date, we send them out a bridal booking form, which they can then tick and let us know what they want for their bridal trial. So for instance, I would like makeup for a makeup trial for myself, my mum and my 2 bridesmaids. We will then send an itemised invoice. Now, when I say itemised, that's important because it gives a breakdown of costs. It also lists the services as well, so everyone is clear about what is happening on that trial. Once we've finished the bridal trial invoice, we ask for a 20% deposit of that invoice up front. We then ask for the full amount to be paid 10 days before the bridal trial. The same with the wedding. We send a wedding day booking form. They fill everything out that they need for the day. We send an itemised invoice and we ask for 20% of that amount up front, and then the rest a month before the wedding date. So everything is paid up before we enter that hotel, that house, mum's house, to do all of the bridal makeup. Preparing your bride before their trial is an absolute must. So we send out a bridal information booklet with frequently asked questions, things to consider, what images to look at, different makeup types, what to expect on the trial in regards like the looks and things like that we do. We send out bridal trial guidelines just before with like things like, you know, just be realistic. If you send us a photo and the image doesn't have any features, we're not going to be able to recreate that because that's got 10 filters on it. Just explaining just to be realistic, help them along with looking at looks. And yeah, just general. If they're more prepared for the trial, the trial runs much smoother. So we send out information when they book and information when we confirm their bridal trial date, just with a rundown so they know exactly what's going to happen on their bridal trial. The trial date has arrived. You've created this incredible look. The bride is beaming. She's so excited. What do you do next? You have to record your look. So what we do is we get the brides to face a window so the natural light is hitting their face, or we use a ring light and we take pictures from the front and from the side so we can see all the colours and all the detail of the makeup. We then, well, I usually do it while I'm there so it's really fresh in my mind. I'll go into my notes section of my phone and I will write down every single product and their skin type, their eyelashes, styles that I've used, and most importantly, their lipstick. And I will write it all up, I will screenshot it, and I will stick it in a folder called My Brides, and the year. So this year, obviously, my folder is called My Brides 2021. So it's got the pictures and the rundown of the products that I've used. You also need to tell the bride of the lipstick colour that you've used because they will need to purchase that for the wedding day because that is the only thing that's going to move throughout the day. Being a bridal makeup artist, timing is everything. You have to run on time. So I'm just going to give you an approximate rundown about the timings that we generally try and work to on a trial and on a wedding. So on a trial, I will block out 2 hours for a bridal trial makeup for the bride on her own. You don't have to take the 2 hours, but it's really, really important that you have that time with them to build up a rapport and you don't want to be rushing a trial. It doesn't look good if you rush in a trial. You need to create that amazing look and have time to go through it, make sure they're completely happy, and then have time to record everything to make sure you have everything that you need for the wedding day. Now, wedding day times are much quicker than trials because we've done the trials, we know the looks that we're doing. So we try and run on bridal makeup about an hour on the day and bridal party around 45 minutes on the day. Some looks are more dramatic, more glam than others, so you might need a little bit more time. Others are more natural. Maybe some of the mothers of the bride don't want to wear a lot of makeup, so they may be less time. But generally on the day, we work to an hour for a bride and 45 minutes for the bridal party. Now you need time to set up when you get there. So I always include 15 minutes to set up. And I always leave an hour's leeway from the time we finish to the time the bride needs to leave. So if they say on their bridal booking form, they're walking at 1 p.m, you need to work towards having everyone ready by 12 p.m. That's really, really important because the brides will need to get other things done. The photographers will need to get their shots. And I couldn't think of anything worse than being a bride and running late because of my hair and makeup. So you want to be done, dusted, waving goodbye, and the bride's then getting into her dress. She's calm and the photographer's happy. This social media game is fierce. You have to be on top with your content. We always make time to record our work, to take videos, and that is the most important thing, videos of our work on the morning of our wedding. So we will do BTS, which is behind the scenes shots, which is us leaving to go to the wedding, the venue setup, walking into the rooms, the before shots. Then we'll get shots of us working, so working on the bride, putting the hair accessory in, and then the final shots of our work completed. We then upload and put it on straight onto our social media. Not on the day. It's really, really important you don't put pictures of the bride from that day on the same day, because evening guests may see, and the brides may not want you to show their look before the evening guests get there. So yeah, don't put them on the day, but upload them as soon as you can after, so everyone can see your work. We work in an industry where we can show off our work, so just record as much as you can. Make sure you have your angles right, make sure you're making the best content, and it's just the best way to show brides what you can do. Last but not least, bring the positive, fun vibes to the morning of the wedding. You are usually the first suppliers on the scene. So the first people that bride sees when she opens up that door on the morning of her wedding. Be happy, be cheerful, bring the fun. It is such a lovely job to have. The atmosphere is always buzzing, and you need to add to that. They're going to remember this morning for the rest of their lives. And when we have our reviews back, a lot of it is to do with the hair and makeup, but a lot of it is to do with us just being there on the morning of their wedding, how we added to it, how we had them in their chairs and gave them advice and kept them calm and brought the fun to it. You're adding to the wedding morning. And that is really, really important. You are part of their day. You're not just turning up, doing hair and makeup and leaving. You're there for the morning of their wedding. So yeah, you need to bring the fun. You can follow us on any of our social media. So that's our Instagram, our Facebook, or our TikTok. If you just search Minxies Beauty, we should come up. And you can take inspo from us. We work really, really hard on our social media, so you can get some ideas, look at our reels, look at our photos, look at our funny videos on TikTok. And yeah, just have a look and see what content we're creating, and we may help you create some fun content of your own. If you like this, because this is one of the first times you've ever done anything like this, let us know, give us some feedback, because if it's things like this that you want to see from us, then we will make more of these guides for you. Yeah, we've loved making this one, and if there's anything we can do, any questions you want to ask us, just direct message us and we will be there for you. Thanks for watching.